The Versailles settlement had many important treaties, and the one that we all know about is the Treaty of Versailles because it was imposed in Germany. However, these four treaties we should know. Firstly, the Treaty of Saint-Germain on Austria. Secondly, the Treaty of Neuilly on Bulgaria. Thirdly, we have the Treaty of Trianon on Hungary. And last but not least, we have the Treaty of Sevres on Turkey. Now, as I said, at Versailles, we all know about the Treaty of Versailles because it was put on the big bad on Germany. However, these four other treaties we should be aware of. Firstly, the Treaty of Saint-Germain, and this was put on Austria. And this treaty was signed on 10 September 1919. And in it, the Austro-Hungarian Empire had to be dismantled and their land redistributed. Also, their army was pushed down to 30,000 men, all had to be volunteers, and they weren't allowed a navy. They were also agreed to pay reparations. However, the sum was never set, as Austria went bankrupt quite early on. The second treaty was the Treaty of Neuilly, and this was on Bulgaria. This was signed on 27th November 1919. And in it, their army was also limited to 20,000 volunteers, no conscription. They were only allowed 4 torpedo boats in their navy, which wasn't that much, so they were weak. Also, they had no air force. And they were lastly asked to pay 2.25 billion in francs. Our third treaty is the Treaty of Trianon on Hungary. This one was signed on 4th June 1920. And in this treaty, their army was allowed only 35,000 men, all volunteers. And their navy were only allowed 3 patrol boats, and this kept them quite weak. Also, their Austrian-Hungarian Empire had to be broken up, as also said in the Treaty of Saint-Germain. And they were asked to pay 200 million gold crowns in reparations. Fourthly, we have the Treaty of Sevres on Turkey. This treaty was signed on 10th August 1920, and their army was allowed 50,000 soldiers, not volunteers, and they were allowed 7 sailboats and 6 torpedo boats in their navy, which isn't great but not that bad. Also, they lost land to both Greece and Italy on their borders. And those are the 4 other treaties that we should be aware of. And that's all for today, so be sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe for more.